Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More, and we are at one of the compound houses, and it is done. So we're going to show you the house, talk about what we did, didn't do, and why I bought these properties again. We've had a lot of videos of these properties, as you may know. It consists of that house, the red house over there, behind the new truck, that commercial property right there, and then the other house over there as well. And we're all sitting on a big, busy road, which would seem horrible, but it's actually a good thing because this whole property is zoned commercial. So at some point, it may have development potential to turn into something else. I have no plans to do that myself right now. Maybe at some point, who knows. But for now, we rehab the properties, fix them up, and we'll be renting them, which should cash flow fantastically and really add a lot of value for what we did. So what we did on these properties, we paid $410,000 for all of them. They were all occupied. I have lots of before videos on these, so we'll link to those. But they're all occupied for way below market rent, like $500, $550, and $600 were the rents on these, when they should be double that pretty much, or close to double it. We did cash for keys on the other two properties, where we were able to pay the tenants $500 to leave, even though their leases were month to month. It just makes it so much easier that way. And then with this property, we had to do an eviction, so we'll link to that too. But they did not move. They had tons of stuff everywhere. Semis, construction material, all kinds of things just all over the property. So that was a crazy eviction. Even after the eviction, here if we walk over here, they had all their stuff stored across the railroad tracks right over there for weeks, until finally the city came out and told them they had to move. They moved to some other vacant lot for a while, and we haven't seen them around. So they're supposed to eventually move to Texas, but I do not know if they did or not. But if we had not evicted them, they would have just stayed here forever. They weren't really paying rent. Their lease term was up. We had code violations from the city for all of the junk they left outside. So we weren't just evicting them to raise rents, but there were a number of reasons why we were evicting them as well. And also, if you saw the most recent live PD video we shot with the police arresting the squatters, that was the house right there where that happened at. So these should be all up for rent here pretty soon. As you can see, we did not go crazy with this rehab. It's going to be a low-end rental. So that's our heat source. That's what it had before. We put a new one in. We're not doing a full central heat system. And it's a small house. It's right by the bedrooms. So we're hoping that should work well enough. We did flooring, paint, redid the bathroom, redid the kitchen. So you can see, that thing is making weird popping sounds. Huh. Sure, it's fine. This is the kitchen we put in. And now, if you saw one of the before videos too, our drain actually goes into the sewer and not off the back of the house. So that was a big improvement that we made for this one. Honestly, I don't know how much we spent on this rehab. I think we paid probably around $20 to $25 for everything we did here. We put new roofs on everything, had to do a lot of plumbing work in this one. Kitchen really was not expensive at all, probably a couple $1,000s in materials, honestly. The paint, I think we did windows. Some doors we did, some we did not do. The water heater, I think, is actually the same one, so we got to keep that. That's an electric water heater. You don't see those too often. And here's the bathroom. So why did I buy these crazy properties? Well, I've talked about it before. But as I said, we paid $410 for them. The commercial place is still rented for $1,650 a month, which is actually below market, but we're happy to have them stay. These houses should rent from $1,000 to $1,200 each, which means we'll be making from $4,000 to $5,000 a month. Once they're rented, they should be very easy to rent in this price range. And we'll have a property that's literally worth $700,000 to $800,000 after all of that is done, based on the income they generate. And we'll be spending probably in the range of $100,000 or so for everything, all the repairs, all that we have done on them. So pretty good investment. I used a 1031 to exchange to buy them in some private financing. So I'll be able to come through and refinance these properties once they're all rented, get all my money back spent on them and probably then some, and then we'll be making money every month after paying all the expenses. And in the future, there will be development potential for someone else, or maybe me, I doubt it'll be me, but maybe, where if you really want to tear them down and build commercial stuff, you can do that as well. So I love this property. I know a lot of people thought I was crazy for buying them because they're in such bad shape, in such a weird location, but they will cash flow, they will have tons of equity, and they'll have tons of development potential. So those are all the reasons I love them, and I'm really glad we did this deal, even though not just YouTube viewers or Instagram or Facebook people, but people, my own family and team members who thought I was crazy too. So that's the property. We'll have updates on it. Hopefully we can get these rented and give you updates on that here soon. Love all the comments. Keep those coming. Love it when you guys like our videos. Please keep doing that. Love seeing new subscribers, so welcome. We have much more information on investormore.com with articles on being an agent, rental properties, flips, all of that great stuff. 9 books on Amazon. So if you want really more in-depth information or to learn how to actually do that, I do provide those resources for people. All right, we'll be back soon with many more videos.